warm, blue sky afternoon on Bowman Field. The space is alive with students playing spike ball, laughing with their friends while the latest pop country fills the air. It truly feels like nothing could ever go wrong. But when you look up from your spike ball game, you realize that while the music continues in the background, the energy has shifted. Anxious students are gathered around a young man who you recognize as Ben from your English class. One student is performing CPR while another yells, "Go get an AED." Your heart starts to race when you realize you don't know what an AED is and you don't know where to begin to look for one. This one moment can mean the difference of life or death for Ben. AED is an acronym that stands for Automated External Defibrillator, a device that is used to shock the heart during cardiac arrest in an effort to restart it. In my role as a PCT in the intensive care unit, I have cared for way too many Bens whose lives may have been changed with access to this device. I've looked into the eyes of family members when they realize that their Ben isn't going to be filling his seat at the holiday dinner table. Cardiac arrest can impact anyone. In this scenario, Ben was a seemingly healthy college student. Ben could be your roommate, your friend, your son, or your dad. Cardiac arrest is widespread with an extremely low survival rate. A 2024 Journal of Schoolhouse study tells us that per year in the United States, there are over 356,000 out-of-hospital cardiac arrests, resulting in a survival rate of only 10%. AEDs save lives. However, access to these life-saving devices is extremely limited on our campus. By taking 3 steps, Clemson could help to save lives. Clemson needs to place AEDs in more visible areas with appropriate signage, increase AED awareness, and lobby for updated state legislation. So today, I will talk to you about why lack of access to AEDs is a problem and provide you with 3 solutions. But I'd first like to start with why lack of access to AEDs is a problem. Cardiac arrest kills. A 2022 article from Stryker tells us that cardiac arrest is the leading cause of death in the United States, with rates higher than breast cancer, lung cancer, and AIDS combined. They state that cardiac arrest is the leading cause of death among student athletes. And of these victims of cardiac arrest, only 2% will be treated with an AED by a bystander. AEDs save lives. A 2023 Michigan State University study states that if immediate defibrillation occurs with an AED, the chance of survival increases to 50 to 74%. Now, Clemson has taken proactive steps by creating an AED program. However, more must be done. On our campus, there are over 40 AEDs, but our students don't know where they are. When I ask students, if they knew where the AED was on the buildings they're in, most often on campus, 90% said that they did not know. It is understandable because over half of the AEDs are in restricted access areas not accessible by students. And the truth is, in the event of cardiac arrest, if you don't have access to the AED or you don't know exactly where to go find it, you will not find it in time to save a life. A 2024 Mid-America Heart Institute study tells us that defibrillation must occur within 3 to 5 minutes of arrest. That's 3 to 5 minutes to find the AED, put it on, assess the heart rhythm, and deliver a shock. And with each minute that you spend searching for the AED, the chance of survival for the patient is decreasing. But now that we've looked at why lack of access to AEDs is a problem, I would like to do 3 solutions that Clemson should implement. First, Clemson needs to place AEDs in more visible areas with appropriate signage. According to the PulsePoint app, there are over 40 AEDs on Clemson's campus. The university must do more to ensure that they can easily be located. For example, a simple sign, similar to those used for fire extinguishers, can be placed outside buildings that house an AED. Within the buildings, AEDs should be placed in high traffic areas, such as near the entrances. Secondly, Clemson needs to increase awareness of the importance of AEDs and how to locate them on campus. Clemson could increase awareness by adding an AED module to the already required CU 1000 course for students. Additionally, training should be required for all new hires and annually for faculty and staff. And lastly, Clemson should lobby for updated state legislation. Clemson's AED program meets state laws, but frankly, they're basing their requirements on an outdated playbook. In addition to taking specific actions on our campus to increase AED accessibility, the university could step up as a leader by lobbying for updated state legislation. Legislation that would reflect the significant progress made in increasing AED usability by the general public. Existing state legislation was passed in 1999 and has received minimal updates since then. AEDs are now a simple device that anyone can use to save a life. But now that we've looked at the problems that come with lack of access to AEDs and 3 solutions that Clemson should implement, I hope I have made it clear that Clemson needs to do more. Cardiac arrest kills. The last cardiac arrest on a college campus in South Carolina, resulting in death, was 8 weeks ago on Tri-County Tech's campus in Pendleton, just 3 miles up the road. AEDs save lives. If Clemson places AEDs in more visible areas with appropriate signage, increases AED awareness, and lobbies for updated state legislation, maybe when a cardiac arrest occurs on our campus, we will be prepared to save a life. I'd like you to pull out your phones. Wrong one. I'd like you to pull out your phones and scan the QR code on this slide. This will lead you to download the PulsePoint app, which provides you with an interactive map of all of the AEDs on campus, near your homes, and in your communities. I encourage you to share this with your students, colleagues, and friends. Lastly, I invite you to think of your Ben, whoever that may be, and know that taking these steps today could help make sure that every seat is filled at your holiday dinner table. Thank you.